Allan was born on December 23, 1943, to Arnold and Denise Hjelle. Born into a family of teachers, it was not hard to see what Allan's path was going to be.
The education in our family it wasn't, are you going to college? It was, where are you going to college? With all five of us, and all five of us did go to college. I knew I wanted to be a teacher. I don't know at that time that I was thinking of administration.
He graduated from the University of Northern Iowa in January 1967 and went on to get his master's degree 4 years later, then his superintendent certification from Northwest Missouri State. He quickly found his first teaching job just a few months after graduating, but his path changed.
Started, my first teaching job was at Shelby Tennant in social studies, coaching, some basketball. I was there I graduated in January or in December, and then I got hired at mid-year, so within a week I had my own classroom. That was quite an experience. And so I spent that half year there. I spent 2.5 years there then, got drafted, went to Fort Lewis, Washington for basic. Supposed to be there 2 years, but then Nixon announced that we were withdrawing from Vietnam.
In 1975, he secured his first job as principal at Calamus, Iowa. He then served at English Valleys, and in 1983, he moved to Underwood, where he served as secondary principal. Allan had a bigger calling to fulfill and became a superintendent at Elkhorn-Kimballton School District. One of his career highlights was getting the school district back on track financially. He worked with the board and staff to find ways to save the district money, and all of his hard work paid off.
Sometimes you come into jobs and just being the right person at the right time. And I think a lot of that was that. Prior to my coming to Elkhorn-Kimballton, they had froze all the teachers' salaries that year. Teachers were not happy when I came in. They had very little carryover. We held off on a lot of projects the first couple of years. So it was just being real conservative in those things. But we did increase some teacher positions.
Allan's about as professional as you're going to get, but the thing that I really liked about him, in fact, when we first interviewed him, the thing that stuck out is you know exactly where Al's coming from. There's never any second thoughts, and he can talk about the touchiest of issues in a diplomatic and professional fashion, and it's such a joy to work with someone like that.
Throughout his time at the schools, there were several initiatives and programs that were implemented, but one program stood out: the creation of 8-man football.
So we had a school call up to my principal, which was Chris Herrick, who was presently the superintendent at Fremont Mills. They called up to Chris and said, we had heard you guys kind of mentioning 8-man football. But our community did mention it several times. They used to play 8-man football and they liked it. Long story short, we ended up that first year in '99, I think was the year, with 6 schools playing 8-man football. So during that 2 years, the principal and I, we went several places in the state and talked about our experience with it and what we liked. And so when they redrew then 2 years later, we were double the schools.
Allan continues to be active in the community.
When he was actively in the school system, he was always there. He saw the importance of being there, and we haven't had anybody quite like that since.
Oh, it's quite an honor. And the family's really tickled too to see it, yeah.
Please join us in congratulating Allan Hjelle, 2018 Heritage Award recipient for education.